All right, everybody. We are out here. Welcome back to Room for Discussion. We are your talented crew. We may not be talented, but we definitely opinionated. This week's show is going to be good. We're building off last week. For those of you who got a chance to check out episode 10, we did the hip hop board of directors. And on that list, you guys voted and you came up with Jay Z, Childish Gambino, Drake, Beyonce, Rihanna, and Kanye West to be on the board of directors, of which I took exception because I feel like your board of directors need to be like sensible and like regular. And Kanye West is anything but that ever. Wow, crazy. And so my co-hosts clearly disagree with me, and they said let's bring it to the show. Like they said, Brian, you
Clearly,
tripping. They said I'm tripping tough.
I think a good starting point is the post you made about everything he did after what did you say
All
2010
right, so I'm gonna read the post for y'all. Um, somebody got a post on my Facebook about Magoo, which is funny. Uh,
Magoo.
yeah, he'll make it in the future show, I'm sure. I actually can't find it. This makes for great radio, everybody. All right, here we go. So this is what I said earlier this week. I said from the moment last Thursday's show ended, something has been bugging me. It was decided Kanye West should be a member of the hip hop board of directors if there was ever one made up. However, he seems like the exact type of person that needs a board to get him straight. From his crazy political attempts to charging $400 for t shirts with holes in them. And let's not forget iconic song lyrics like Poopity Scoop. If I'm keeping it real, we could delete everything Kanye has created after 2010 and we wouldn't be missing much. Am I wrong? Now let me get a caveat. Let me get a caveat before you get in. I moved that to 2011. Watch the Throne was mentioned. I think Watch the Throne is worth keeping.
Watch the Throne was in 2011 though.
Yeah, so I'm saying after anything after 2011, boom, whatever from Watch the Throne on to present day, you can get rid of drop it all. So that's my
Yeah,
stance.
already one very wrong. But yeah, of course, I completely disagree here.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, exactly. It was a troll. Um, I completely disagree here, man. I mean, you can't discredit what he's done. Well, his cultural influence, I'll say that, and it's whether you like it or not. Like, I think the misconception is a lot of people may not agree with him as a person, his beliefs, and all of that, and it all just intertwines with the music or his talent or whatever the case is. But to delete him from the culture completely, like what would that look like?
It,
2010 or 11 on. Like that's
but
nuts.
we wouldn't be missing much, man. I'm telling you. Jesus mentions so look, here's and also the people say this a lot too with Kanye. Like, man, look, you gotta separate the man from the actions or the music from this. The reason we love Kanye so much, and I can't wait till we get into it, we're gonna talk about today, like go through his albums, we're gonna go through his songs, some of his other stuff. The reason we love Kanye so much is because they were intertwined. Like he was giving us dope music that was saying the stuff we were trying to say, and people weren't saying in that platform and space. Like, let's go. This is it. Then later on, he came up and was like, "Hey, you know what? All that stuff I'm saying, like, nah, I'm just really like, I don't really believe none of that. Like, I'm about to just say the exact
You
opposite.
never said that. But
Huh?
the thing about and that I actually love about Ye is that he actually is like we get him in real time. So whatever he's going through at that time, that's what the music will reflect. I don't think like he's ever said, "Oh, I didn't mean that." Whatever he's saying at that time, that's what he meant. Like it's not like I'm in the music lying.
I
Bruh.
hate to say it. I think I agree with Brian on this one.
What Brian say? Brian been saying some stuff.
Yeah, he's tripping.
I just repeated the post. That's all.
I hate to say I agree. Not I hate to say.
Why you hate to say it?
I don't hate to say. I actually don't hate to say, but that's actually how I feel.
Take your background down if you don't like Kanye. Then
that's not what I'm saying. I didn't say I didn't like Kanye.
I'm not a Kanye fan at all, actually.
Whoa! Wait a minute before you lump me in with that. I did not say I wasn't a fan. Grabbing a different hat.
No,
I didn't say I wasn't a fan. It's not what I said.
And let's just, saying for the record, right? There's two sides to this, right? There's the personal side, how you personally feel about, the music as far as being a fan or not a fan. And there's the actual facts of what's the impact that he's had on the culture. So
did y'all just see her walk? That was her walking for the first time. On live. I'm just gonna
Shouts out to the newest cast member. She taking your spot now.
Right. That was wild. All right, keep going, sorry.
Yeah. Baltimore Jay gotta take a break.
That was wild.
Yeah. And so this is before we
what is New Ye? Just so I'm clear. Is these lines that Brian made earlier than 2010?
Yeah.
I moved to 2011. Okay, look, after Watch the Throne. That's my line.
Watch the Throne was in 2011 though.
Okay, this is my after
you gotta say 2012 on.
Bro, I mean at some point after you can pick the number. After Watch the Throne.
Might as well just say you like Kanye.
The next decade. For the next decade. So look, so here's what I'm saying. We're gonna get into it. I'm definitely a Kanye fan. I'm not in that space. And I feel really strongly about Kanye and his music and all of that stuff. That being said, the last decade was not memorable. None of that matters. None of that music matters. Ever. We could throw that all away. Light it on fire. Yeezy 350s, we can't throw those away. Those are like iconic top 5, top 10 shoes. That happened in the last decade. I give you that. That's it.
So you're saying you like the Kanye that was slightly assimilating, right? He because you gotta do it a little bit in order to get your foot in the door. There's some things about who Kanye was at first that he assimilated a bit, and then he was able to grow into his full self. And you're like, I don't like your full self, bro. Could you be more like the other people?
Assimilated, bro. Do you know what Kanye was saying on the front end of like his music? Like
college dropout. I listened to all of them, but think about it. He was able to live into his full self. He gives 0 F's what anybody thinks about it. He's making music for him that he hopes other people also enjoy. And when he gets to that stage in his career, it's like, I don't really like that Kanye. Could you be college dropout Kanye? Polo? I want Polo Kanye. I don't want Big Boot Kanye. Like, don't be your full self. Be who I want you to be, because that's palatable.
Nah, that's the Jay-Z argument.
The system, man. You sound like the system, Brian.
Jay-Z and Kanye
You sound like the man, literally.
So look, let me get in on that. Jay-Z and Kanye are two different people. That's the Jay-Z argument you just stated. That's what Jay-Z has done. And like people who push back, I want old Jay-Z. That's that. This Kanye.
No, Jay-Z talking about selling crack. He wasn't assimilating. Bro, now he's assimilated. He's doing the Super Bowl halftime show. Like he's palatable. He put Mary J. Blige and Dr. Dre out for like that's different than the Jay-Z that we knew, the Reasonable Doubt Jay-Z.
Bro, this version of Kanye is not anything like close to what musical greatness, cultural relevance.
It's not me if my laptop don't die. Sorry.
Like none of that. Yeah, it's bro. This is sad. Like
so
I feel sad.
His contributions to music, and I'm saying now we're talking outside of just his albums, right? We're talking about his contributions to every artist. You know what I'm saying? He's worked with, even the newer artists. You telling me we don't need a Kanye West in music right now?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's a better way to put it. You know what?
And
That's
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. And I would go to say, I'll imagine like Jordan, Olivia, folks that was born in the late 90s and the 2000s barely even know the Kanye that we talking about. They're like, what's the big deal?
No, I love a good old school Kanye, you feel me? But I have to say that probably after Watch the Throne, then it just started getting crazy.
So what you're saying is he's done what he's gonna do in music, and he needs to pivot to other things because music has opened the door, and now he needs to step into those other spaces.
Yeah,
he shouldn't do music anymore. I'm trying to make sure that I'm going where you're going. I don't know.
This ain't a conversation with Kanye about, hey, Kanye, you need to do something different. This is a conversation with us, the consumers. Hey, bro, this isn't great. Like, we don't really, like, we are living off the past, and this stuff that he's giving us is not that good.
Say this, of all of the church, I say church music, right? Of all of the Christian music that has come out, I listen to Sunday service more than anything else.
I would imagine that I
mean, you love God? Do you love God?
I do, but I don't listen to Sunday service often. And I would imagine the gospel folks kind of.
All right. So, all right.
Bro, I have no idea what Sunday service was so hard.
Yeah, I agree. Right. So we said our personal opinions, right? But can we just go to the facts? And the numbers say otherwise.
What? What are the numbers?
I'm saying the numbers of that this music is selling say otherwise.
No, they do. So what do you think Kanye's top 5 selling albums were?
I don't know.
Let me say this though. You also gotta realize that the albums you probably referencing also came out in a different time period where all albums were selling more.
Ooh, let's go.
You can't make that comparison. You have to compare his sales to what other albums are selling today.
But but even I'm just thinking about, Don't Shoot Me. When we talk about Mama Soul, for example, we can't say that numbers are the determining factor for. I feel like everybody.
Why everyone brought up numbers? Be quarter just defending it.
But I'm just saying that Kanye's music is good just because it's selling. Like, that's not true at all. That's so.
I'm not saying. Wait. That's not my belief that it's good because it's selling. I'm just saying I think it's good. First of all. Secondly, I'm just saying that we have to look at that side of it too. So I'm saying just because you don't like it, somebody likes it culturally.
The last but before the last, I didn't love the last album. I couldn't get through the whole saying my mom this many times. I couldn't get there, right? But before that, what are your real problems with his music, though?
I'm gonna get to that. What was that on the screen?
Poopity Scoop was clearly him like poking, right? He wasn't trying to drop line. Like, he was poking. If you're gonna use that as his worst line, it's like, okay, cool. He would agree, I think.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm primarily today's conversation is primarily about music. We can expand. I don't really love everything that's done with the Yeezy brand, but I'm not the target demo that's dropping the bread for it. Is what it is. I feel like a lot of that is like a social experiment. Like, I'm gonna give you this tan hoodie for $350 and see who buy it, similar to like Balenciaga and stuff like that. I don't really think that
the hoodies is $90.
Bro.
Come on.
Again, man. I'm not gonna delve too much.
$90.
And
you said $350.
Also, Yeezy resale is ridiculous. A lot of Yeezy is actually pretty affordable if you can get it like straight when it drops. But the resale,
he don't got nothing to do with the resale. That's
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
She was defending him.
I'm not a Kanye fan. Now, a Yeezy fan.
You've said that 4 times.
Right, but like a Yeezy fan, I can kind of get with,
Hold on, you're not a Kanye fan, but you're a Yeezy fan. Is his nickname?
I don't make the rules. I don't make the news. I just report it. You feel me? And that's how I feel.
First of all, I got Yeezys. Judge me.
I like that.
And I bought some retail, and some of them I got them on the resale.
I got all mine on resale.
So guess what that means? I'm in that demographic too.
So, but look, primarily for the conversation, I'm gonna stick to music. because that I can deal with more. And if we get, let's put it this way, if we get to ranking his albums from best to worst, and we can start there with Space.
I would rather
All
do
the worst.
songs. I would rather not do albums because then that proves your point. I already know how that's gonna play out. Like,
Well, okay, let me do it quick then. So I'll start with this. Here's my argument. Here's my statement. Kanye started his career, his first 5 albums, like classic great. Nobody has that, right? Like you like, dog, you don't miss. There are no misses. 808s and Heartbreaks, which is the one that sounded sonically different, created a whole culture. College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation. Between those 3 albums, it's maybe 3 skippable songs.
Period.
And two of them is on Graduate.
No. Tell me the last album Earth, Wind, and Fire came out with. Like, you want this man to be consistently putting out like the stuff that he started with?
So he's still putting out music.
That's what I'm saying. We're talking about
the music. Yeah, I'm judging the music.
My question is, what was the last album Earth, Wind, and Fire put out?
I don't know. And if you ask me,
I bet it ain't got as many hits as the one that was fire when they came out, but they put out future albums.
Do I want more Earth, Wind, and Fire albums? No.
Because you go back to the classics, but you don't get to throw them away with it.
Yes.
So this is like apples and oranges, right? What is going on?
Sure, I do. I get to say I don't want no more of that. Dang. I get to say I don't want no more of that. That's my statement. Like, you're not adding to it. Like, you're not adding to the culture. You're not producing violence.
That's my thing. I think he is adding to the culture just because he isn't producing new music that you like.
Mo, name the 4 skippable songs on those 3 albums total. You're not gonna.
It's more than 3 skippable songs now. Cut it out. He's arguing. He's telling me. You think he's saying to me it's more than 3 skippable songs?
Name the first.
No. I think he's saying to what I said when I said on those 3 albums it was only 3 skippable songs. He's saying it's more than 3, and I'm saying give me the 4 skippable songs. Drunken Hot Girls, the song with Luda on the first album. Sorry, and
the first song is not a skippable song.
All right, me and Brian on the same side. That's a skippable song.
That's the only skippable song on College Dropout. That's the only
skippable song. It's not a skippable song.
Fine, you can have that, but it's in the conversation.
The fact that you skipped it is the reason why we're not talking about it, because you ain't listening enough.
But guess what? That's the worst song on there. If that's not skippable, nothing is. There's no skippable songs in, which I'm fine with.
I like skits. Aren't there skits on there?
Okay.
I like
on the first album. Yeah,
I like the skits. The skits too.
Well, on the second album too, I think. Yeah.
They got skits there. But look, Drunken Hot Girls definitely skippable on Graduation. On Late Registration, I like the song with Brandy. It was all right.
Yeah, that song was dope. No, that ain't a skippable song.
so here, look, Mo is saying it's more than 3. You're not gonna make it to 4 skippable songs on those. Nobody has a run like that. So let's put this in perspective of what we're talking about. Somebody mentioned in the comments, like, you comparing Ye to Ye. Yeah, I am. And I'm comparing it to the music that's out now, too. Like, this what you
There's more than 3 skippable songs on this out right now, too.
Well, the whole album.
We skipping albums to Baltimore J's point.
Yeah. So that is my point about Ye. Like, look, he made it to a point where he was like, you know what? I'm straight. Like, I'm about to just put out whatever. Like, I went from hitting 3 classics, 808s and Heartbreaks, which I think is great, but it's fine. Like, there's no point in really debating that one. And then what I think is the most musically ambitious hip hop album ever, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which knocked it out the park. That was 5 straight, just boom, 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 boom. And then he was like, I'm straight.
No, he wasn't like I'm straight. He just kept pushing, which is okay.
The thing, I'm going to tell you right now why we need people like Kanye right now, right? Kanye is always going to, whether you agree with it or not, whether it's, far-fetched or not, whether it's right or wrong, he's going to reach to stretch the genre. In a world where we can probably hear about 20 artists back to back that sound exactly the same, we need somebody that's going to stretch the culture. Whether you end up agreeing with it or not, somebody may take a piece of that, a piece of what he did, and perfect it at some other point. But we need that to stretch the culture forward. We need, some stuff I'm happy to that people don't agree with because I'm saying like it might be pieces in there somewhere that we take and we stretch, and he created something completely new.
What do we need from the past decade? Let's get on that thing. Because look, after Watch the Throne, so it's 2022. Going back for the past.
The Life of Pablo. So you telling me The Life of Pablo wasn't a good album?
I was just going there.
It was good. Was it better?
Father on Stretch is solid. Fade is sonically probably one of the best songs to come out in the last 5 years. What he did, I love Fade. Like I love what he did on Fade.
That was the beginning of the end.
That album was 6 years ago. But look, that album was good. It wasn't better than any of the other five. And the fact that he did Yeezus before that was like, bro, you done? Like, that's it? You done? Like, if Pablo had just came out right after Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, like, okay, the run straight. He did Yeezus and was like, tried to revert back, did Pablo, which is fine, not better than anything that come out already. So that's my problem. Pablo isn't better. Which album is
Wave is fire. I don't know if I can say it's the best song, but it is fire.
I like Father Stretch My Hands better than Wave, but that's me.
I like the album. It's not better than anything he came out before then, except for Yeezus. Which album is it better than?
Which album of his?
Yeah, College Dropout.
What I would love to do is see which album was Life of Pablo better than it came out around the time Life of Pablo. Are we competing?
Jesus walks.
You can walk right up out of here. Breathe in, breathe out. Have it at conversation. We've already had it.
Breathe in, breathe out. My Way Home.
My Way Home is fire.
No, My Way Home is skippable. He don't even got a verse.
It's still fire.
Stronger is not skippable, bro. We're not skipping Stronger or Jesus Walks. So we had 3, like I said.
I agree. Ultralight Beam did birth Sunday Service and Sunday Service. Sunday Service separate from the album. He put together a better choir than Kirk Franklin. Judge me.
Hey, and who else? He got a Grammy for his gospel album. What other rappers can do a gospel album and go get a Grammy for it?
He did really get saved, though. I think so. I think that made it.
I don't know who gets Grammys for gospel albums, period. So I really couldn't.
But it ain't no other rappers. Come on, man.
I know rappers doing gospel albums.
He got a Grammy for.
As he should have.
Yeah.
For which one?
Jesus' Theme.
I'm done.
Yeah. He won like 3. What do you win? 2, 3 Grammys this year for Grammys he got kicked out of.
Yeah, on an album that's not that good.
Right. I don't deserve to be.
The facts.
Hey, she does not deserve to be here right now because she said what album as if we haven't been talking about it for the last 2 years.
I just wanted to make sure I was understanding correctly. Like that's what he got a Grammy for. Like, does he?
You thought he got it for Life of Pablo? What do you think he got the Grammy for?
That's actually shocking.
Grammy at that.
So that being said, all of his best albums came out at the beginning. All of these albums are worse. That came out. No album after My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was as good. So his top 5 albums was his first 5 albums. So that's my first part of my push. Like, hey,
you know what? This part of the push, I understand the point you're making. And when we titled this one Icons, I thought we were going to be talking about his full, like Kanye in full, not Kanye related to just the music between decades, because it's a solid argument that his first was better than his last 4. Like, I can't argue that, but so long before you start saying songs and I don't have songs to come back to you on. Like,
so that's fair. I mean, and look, when B said where you want to start it at him, he said let's start at the Facebook post. So that's how we got down this line. You know, I respect it. But yes,
I feel like we have to talk about Kanye as a whole.
Yeah, man, because I think his album space to be himself in a way that we don't allow artists to always be themselves, right? And so if he didn't have good albums, we wouldn't be having this conversation up front.
Yeah, and so and let me clarify that, because Jordan said she wasn't a Kanye fan, and I was like, whoa, like don't put me in that.
No,
part of the reason I'm making this statement is because of how great Kanye West is as an artist, and like what he meant to music, and like what he was putting out, like it was totally different, pushing the culture, and the best stuff
All
out
right,
all
Brian.
at the
All
same
right.
time.
All right.
Bro,
Brian's like about to start crying.
Am I exaggerating? though about like what?
I think he was a shock. B Quarter kind of laid it out better than I ever could. Right, he was a shock to the culture because he stretched it, and I think people are looking for him to be that same shock, but in the same way. And it's not going to show up the same way. He already stretched it. Like he already stretched it that way. You can't expect that same stretch to happen. It's different now. It's a different stretch.
Right.
Put Mo Lewis comment on the screen, bro. That was trash, fam. Like, Ye is his worst album. Ye and Yeezus are his two.
So
worst albums.
you saying yeah, you like Yeezus over the Ye album?
They are both equally bad. I think
I like All Mine. There's more skippable songs, but I like All Mine off of Ye. I think I might like Yikes a little bit lyrically. I don't know. I don't listen to it enough either.
I feel like Yeezus was just very experimental. That's all. I don't feel like it's terrible. I just feel like it was experimental. I don't feel like it was terrible. And Bound 2 off air, I mean,
that was good. One song.
Yeah, so we got
he went from three skippable songs to 3 listenable songs. Like, yeah, nah. Yeezus was.
So you're saying that artists should just have a time when I like Violent Crimes too. But I would say this. I do like Violent Crimes too. And I think that was one that wasn't a single. So it's actually dope because it was just dope, right? It was just a dope song on the album.
I like
That's why he only has 7 songs on there, right? And that was
and we already had 3 or 4. So yeah.
He was already
say let's Bruno Mars style. Just give me the heat.
Yeah, it could be better than
Yeezus. That's fine. It could be better than Yeezus. That's fine. It's still the second worst album. Like,
I'm not saying I don't like Yeezus. I guess maybe it's about.
I don't like Yeezus. I'll be straighter. Like I don't like Yeezus. Listening to it today, I went through re-listen to all the albums today.
Very valid point here.
This was much like Jay-Z doing an album with Limp Bizkit. Like it's very giving it a shot. But actually, no, Limp Bizkit, at least he did his own song. He did covers of his songs with Limp Bizkit. So I guess that's good.
Yeah, I got no space for either one of them. So
Blood on the Leaves was fire.
2.
Blood on the Leaves was nice.
Bound, Blood on the Leaves. Blood on the Leaves was all right. It wasn't fire.
Man, come on. Man.
The beat was fire though, Brian.
That's fine. I mean, I'm counting it. It's counts as the 2. But look, to your larger point, the Icon Show is not just about tearing apart, folks. It's about putting in perspective.
Take a look here.
And one of the hardest things that
hold on. Black Skinhead is fire.
I don't.
It is.
Black Skinhead is fire.
I don't agree. That's fine.
The beat was fire. His verse on it was fire. Like, no, you sleep. You sleep on the job.
Y'all made it to y'all 3. Y'all made it to y'all 3.
Black Skinhead is fire.
Y'all made it to y'all 3. Hey, so look for the link.
New Slaves. Yeah, I like New Slaves.
Hard pass.
I don't remember if I like New Slaves or not. I'm not playing. Like I can play certain songs in my head. I'm not playing that in my head.
Bound is the one I really, really liked, and it didn't sound like the rest of it. Like it didn't really fit in with that. I'm like,
that's why it was the last song on there.
I was like, that's what I was looking for. I'm like, that's what I've been looking for this whole time.
Baby. Yeah. I like Bound. So it did sound sonically like an old Ye song, like it could have been on Resurrection.
Okay. I mean, culturally.
Culturally, New Ye is better. Oh Ye over New Ye musically.
I disagree culturally. I think his fashion designing he makes a lot more money now, and that makes more sense. But the other aspects of
that's every rapper these days. They make more money on everything outside of music. Music is just the car to drive them to everything else.
I mean, that's fine. But I feel like for the culture, like even his words, and so that was one thing I was saying too, like his lyrics and stuff, like the stuff he was saying and like who we thought he was, we'll look at the person he is now and be like, bro, what the fuck happened? Like literally, because it wasn't just rap. Like he was like, okay, look, I'm rapping, but also like I'm talking about what's going on. He's not Tupac, but I'm saying like look, like we positioned in this system in a certain way. Like, yeah, I want it. I got these same vices, but like, we still need to move forward. All of that stuff. Now it's like, bro, he got a whole line dissing Trump, and then later came out with MAGA hats. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, who are you? Right? He the same person going on national TV, sticking up for black folks, whether it was right or wrong, talking about the sitting president didn't care about black people because he felt convicted to. And then gonna turn around and be like, slavery was a choice. I'm like, fam, musically, who I thought I was buying into, he wouldn't do this. So I get there outside of the music, but part of my belief in him was part of the music, and that's what made it more than what it was. And so that's why some of this flip up on me.
I hear what you're saying on that part. I think his flip up is the problem. The music isn't a problem for me. Him being who he is consistently isn't a problem for me. Him expanding beyond the music in order to make money and actually drive, drive some change from his perspective isn't a problem for me. When he started to do harm to black people, maybe was where I had some reservations about who he was, right? When some of the things he said was like taking us back as opposed to moving us forward, I struggle with it. But beyond that, no issue with who he is and who he's become, because he's still selling, he's still making. I mean, for some reason, people feel like you gotta be broke to be woke. And now that he got money, all of a sudden he can't be enlightened. He can't be seeing the world through another perspective. He can't remember where he came from. It's like, no, that's not true. He's got a different view, and it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing about Kanye, like you said, like the stuff he said or whatever, I think more so, and I'm not saying I agree with, what I'm saying, what he says or some of the stuff he does, but what I think people fail to miss, I think his whole point behind everything is the freedom of speech portion, right? Like we can, and that's been his whole mission since he started. Like I can do pretty much whatever I want. Like I don't got to do this just because y'all said, do whatever the case is. So I think that's his whole mission. I think it comes off completely wrong sometimes, or he says the wrong things. I think I like in recent times how he's pretty much apologized for a lot of that stuff. And I don't think he meant to do harm to black people. I don't think in his heart. And also what we need to address also is that we talk about a lot about the harm side, but he also helps a lot of people. Like he helps a lot of people, and we don't talk about that. So I don't know. I feel like if we talk about the bad, we gotta address the good as well.
I agree with you, B. Well, and I also think that the biggest misconception about free speech is that people think it comes with no consequences. Okay, we talking about Will Smith again? Like,
yeah.
What are we doing? We back here. That's where we back. We back to the slap. Like, no, but I think there are consequences. I also believe that in some cases we have expectations of black leaders that we don't put on other leaders. Like, only thing Kanye got to do for me is not do harm to other black people. Everything else is cream on top. So, like, if we're expecting him to carry something, he ain't got to carry nothing. He ain't got to say nothing. He ain't got to. All he has to do is not do harm. Everything else is cream on top.
So, I'm gonna push back against that. I don't think we as black people hold black artists to this higher standard. I think we believe people when they step in that space. So take it back. We held Tupac to this standard, and he was kind of back and forth, like, man, he's gonna do stuff, but we didn't care that Biggie wasn't doing that. Right? Was what it was. Jay stepped into this space, willingly stepped into this space. Like, I'm about to speak on this. I'm about to do this. I'm about to be in this space. And we was like, bet, go for it. Like, we got you. Drake don't stand in this space. Now, is it because he's mixed or something? I don't know. I'm not going to get into the merits of that, but he say nigga and we don't care. So he black enough. We don't care. No one cares that Drake don't speak on nothing. No one cares. So it's not just that we hold everybody.
So you say the fact that he's spoken up on a lot of issues and you disagree on it is where we gotta, like, is it because we disagree? Because when we agreed, it was cool. You said it earlier. When we agreed, it was all right.
No, what I'm saying is when you hold yourself to the standard of, hey, look, y'all not calling it like it is. I'm about to speak for the people. I'm about to speak it and tell it like it is. We like, all right, This is you. You about to hold this spot. And then when you start acting up in that spot, we like, bro, what are you doing?
But acting up means he's doing something you don't like. Somebody like it though, right? I wasn't voting for him for president, but somebody was.
Doing harm to the people, like you just said. Okay. Right? Like that's what acting up is. Okay. And we know what it is. It's not just like him like selfish stuff. No, it's like, yes, running in presidential campaigns, running around with Trump, wearing MAGA hats, talking about slavery was a choice. Like this stuff is irrational from somebody who stood on the other side of this, right? Like you was just across on the other side of the street. What happens? Like, I just want to be on any side of the street now. You're like, fam, what are you doing? So yeah, I don't think we held everybody to that standard. I think it's people who want to be, people who actively enter in that space.
Yeah, I can see that. And I think to the point Mo Lewis made, I mean, I watched the whole documentary. I really enjoyed taking that deeper dive into Kanye's life. I think that shift with his mom was a big deal. I do believe we do a terrible job of supporting our leaders, right? And whether or not we feel like he's a leader or not, I feel like the moment that leader gets out of pocket from one perspective, then we throw him away as opposed to pulling him closer. And I feel like we've done
exactly.
We've pushed Kanye to a place where he doesn't even feel like he has a safety net. So you got to say F everybody because people are so quick to think about it. Will Smith been the straight and narrow for a long time. He one bad slap, and this mug is like not only out on the white side because they don't mess with him no more, but we throwing him away too. Like we don't support our leaders.
Who is we?
Whether we want him to be or not.
In the Kanye conversation, who is we in the like pulling them in and supporting them, right? Because we can't actually do that, and we haven't.
When we have a conversation like this one, that 15 or 20 or 50 people might see, and we talk about the negative stuff without lifting up how influential he wasn't, they were also contributing to, damn, that man crazy. He don't get it. Right, we're contributing to that idea that this man is out there and doesn't have support. Like we got to figure. I think it happens at the local level. I think it happens at the regional level. I think it happens in stardom. I think it happens in government. We take our leaders, and when we don't agree with them, then we throw them away.
So, and can this also add to the fact that the person we're talking about is the richest rapper at this point as well. Like so. At some point, like we got to acknowledge the fact that something here, whatever we agree with, something is he's doing something right. Like whether we want to, like
somebody pin Mo Lewis comment.
No, pin it. I mean, I like the fact that we got to stop calling people leaders. I get it. I hear what you're saying. I disagree. We can call him a leader or not. He is.
I mean,
he's leading. He's leading.
Position open doors that other people can't open from a leadership position. Call it what you wanna.
Exactly. I mean, he can be a leader in maybe a different perspective, or I mean, something else.
What you want? He's employing people. I would say
maybe like I wouldn't like right now. He's not giving leader. Like, is he influential? Yes. But like to say,
okay, so what's a leader then?
Yeah, that's the question.
Okay, you can't tell me that all of these Instagram influencers are leaders.
No, we not saying that.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like Kanye is influential, but like
they also not doing what Kanye is doing. Is what?
But like, what is Kanye doing? And if we're like taking the good and the bad, which is what you need to do with a leader, we can't say Kanye is like leadership status right now.
It's like he's an entertainer. I don't expect him to lead on social issue. That's like shut up and dribble. Like he's a leader. LeBron is too.
But is he leading a social issue though?
Kanye has a perspective on social issues. Is very different than other folks. We throw him away.
But like having a perspective is different than being a leader. His perspective is not leading anyone anywhere positive.
You can be a leader in any category. It don't got to be on just like social issues. He's leading a culture.
You know I feel like he was leading a culture. Like
Yeezys, and he created. He's leading, whether we want him to or not.
Yeah, he's helping push a culture forward. After like Yeezys are done, you think like these other shoe brands, whether it's Adidas, Nike, whatever the case is, you think he didn't open doors for other entertainers with shoe deals and all of that? Like. I mean, he's literally sitting right here. At one point, the leading shoe was just Jordan, right? Now he's literally sitting right there with Jordan. Like it's really like it's
You like he's not a leader. You know what? Just shut up and make music. As a matter of fact, Brian would say, don't even do that. Like, don't even make music.
Shut up and make music. It's just like he can have an opinion, and I feel like yes. Does he have the potential to be like a leader? Yes. Was he a leader? Yes. But right now, I don't feel like he's leading. In his opinion, again, it could be influential to a small group of people, but like overall, the big collective is not. He'd have been president if he was a leader. If enough people felt like he was really a leader, then he'd have ended up being president. But I don't.
Some people that were leaders did not win the presidency. Like,
but like.
All right, any of us can consider ourselves leaders, right? In our own right. If we ran for president, that don't mean we gonna win.
Okay, but I just feel like to say I don't know, I don't agree with Kanye's a leader right now. Was he a leader back then?
I tell you, he's influenced more people than me. The moment you start influencing thousands of people, if not millions, somebody's following you and listening to you and waiting to see what you go say next or what you're gonna do next.
That goes to Jordan's point then. So all these Instagram influencers with thousands and millions of followers are leaders.
I think to an extent they are, by definition.
So then we don't really need to debate this. Like, leader is a person that a lot of people know. All right. So like that, I mean, there's no point.
No, not that a lot of people know. There's a lot of people that's actually following what they're doing. A lot of these Instagram like influencers or whatever, they may have millions of followers. But what's the turnover rate? A lot of them got millions of followers and are completely broke. So how can you say you're leading something like you could put out a product and nobody buys it?
People to buy stuff from Fashion Nova. Like they are leading.
So whether we consider, so I don't consider Kanye a leader, but I think it's just by my definition. Part of it, what you're saying is success. So like being a pioneer is not the same as being a leader. Like because you're first and because you did something great doesn't inherently make you like a performer. Okay. It not inherently make you a leader. But
I think having a followership makes you a leader. And I would argue that there are lots of people that have a followership. That means that people are following them and they're the lead. They're the one out front doing it first, where people are responding to what they do first. And I think Kanye is leading a lot of people, whether we like it or not.
So then, like the head of the KKK, is he a leader?
Yes.
God.
We might not like what he does. We didn't like Hitler, but he's a leader.
So again, everybody would be considered a leader with the following. Like Ben Simmons is a leader now. Like leader has no qualitative aspect.
Thompson's a leader now.
Everybody's a leader. All right. So if you got a lot of people that listen to what you say, you're a leader. If you're on the radio, you're a leader.
No, I disagree. It's not when a whole bunch of people listen to what you say. It's when a whole bunch of people do what you say, right? If you're saying, I want you to listen to this or don't talk to this person or engage in this conversation and people follow you, that's when you're a leader.
Right.
Just because I said it doesn't make me a leader. People following me makes me one.
Facts.
All right. So I don't think people are building him to the point of like tearing down our leaders or wrapping ours around her. He left the message, right? Like I wasn't behind the person, I was behind the message. When you aren't leading the message, like if you're a civil rights leader and then you switch and go be about like corporatization, I didn't tear you down.
So let's say this: so Kanye at that point, at that juncture, he wasn't your leader anymore, and because the message switched, right? But he still was inspiring passion in some group, right?
To your point, we weren't tearing him. So I'm going back to the point of we don't support our black leaders, we tear them down, we do whatever. If you're leading and then you leave the movement and you do your own thing, that's on you. Like I don't gotta say you represent. I don't gotta like vouch for it. I don't gotta whatever. We don't have the power to tear him down. Like. You and I are not like there are people who could say, hey, you're not gonna get on the radio, you're not gonna get on the stuff to your Will Smith example, Netflix and other stuff. Like we're not doing that, right? And we don't have the power to do any of that. So we as black people, I don't feel like we've done anything to Kanye that's not respectful or whatever, or like, oh, we just left my man out there, like after all that stuff. Like, no, you just turned left. You decided you wasn't rocking with this, you went over there on some other stuff. And my statement is looking back, none of this stuff is that valuable. So that's how I got to this point.
Yeah, but I would, and I don't have the power, right, or the influence, or the platform to pull Kanye in. But I don't feel like as a culture, as a people, we've done a good job of pulling him in. When he went left, I don't think it was enough people. At least I didn't see that visually pulling him in, saying, you know what? I don't really like what you just said, but I still mess with you. I still like this, right? I don't feel like that happens with our leaders. And so I do feel like he's a leader. I do feel like he's demonstrated an ability to inspire people to do things that they might not do, inspire some passion in folks. But when he went left, it was like, yeah, he went left. That ain't my leader no more. You can roll, bro.
But peep this though. Like your example though is really like small in number because of how high he is. So the people who would do that literally are like it's like Common or like Barack Obama. Is that right? Like it's such a small thing that like we as a collective can't do that. Like you can't pull in, wrap your arms around somebody. What you can do, you can listen to music, you can go to all his different sellout listening concerts. Like we still did all that. Like everybody did all the same stuff to support Kanye as a culture that they always did. So I don't think people turn their back on him. He just decided to go left.
I get that, and I'll also say that I don't know. I think there's a few other leaders that I hate to like put in. Like we're putting a lot of people in spots. Well, I'll say this: we're not protecting some other people, but rightfully so. Like R. Kelly, people still, dancing in the name of love.
Exactly. Yes.
Like,
you think we gave more support to R. Kelly than we do to Kanye?
Shit.
Oh my gosh, it's not even close, bro. You can't play, bro. So that's an example of us as people. When we
I literally just seen people post. This was like yesterday. People talking about I'm still playing R. Kelly, and these are some people that will come diss Kanye.
Fam. Let's keep it. We've been on here. We've done verses. We've done different stuff. If someone played R. Kelly music, we'd be like, "You got to stop! Like, what are you doing?"
Yeah, we can't even say his name on here.
I had to stop. I went too far.
Nobody's doing that with you. Yeah, it's like, bro,
I went too far. I should have went to Jussie.
Yeah, like anytime I bring up
R. Kelly, I went way too far. Way too far.
Bro, they in there talking about the Southern Christian Leadership Conference and MLK. You done got Zeke. You done got the comment started up. I said they're talking about the Southern Christian Leadership Conference and MLK in the chat.
I don't know who Kareem Kelly is, but I rock with him. How about that? Yeah. I rock because that's what happens. Like when we don't align with something, we automatically put it in a box and discard it off to the side. Unfortunately, they are people. Like you don't even have to call them our leaders, but they are people. We don't protect our people that are in position to influence the culture. We throw them off.
You know what?
Assuming that we can, like, I think what happens all too often is instead of embracing people as leaders, people like try to replace them. Like, okay, Kanye ain't doing what we want. Let's put somebody else in this spot. Instead of bringing him in, we kind of push him off and try to usher somebody else in.
So look, I'm gonna hit one more thing on this, and I want to
switch. Best rapper ever, right? The best rapper alive.
I do want to switch to the music, but look, but you know what also happens on the flip side? They come through and they're like, "Hey man, I'm trying to get on. Like I need all y'all.
You just played us like a commercial. You was just like, "Hey, I hear what y'all saying, but we need to get back to the music." Like,
I have a question. Y'all going to jump down my throat.
Wait, hold on. Go ahead.
No, I have a music question, a Kanye music question. I know y'all going to jump down my throat because I feel like it might be a question more of opinion. Okay, did Kanye? I don't want to say make because that might be the wrong word, but like, did he introduce Big Sean to like mainstream?
Yeah.
Not as a leader, according to Brian. Chance the Rapper either. None of these guys. Stop.
Bro, that's not what I said. I didn't say
make way.
He's not any artists. Like, come on, man. Like I said the term leader was pointless in that context, but here's what I'm saying though. The flip of it is
we're not talking about Michael Tyler, by the way, Mo Lewis. We're not talking about Michael Tyler.
The flip of that is Kanye said, look, I need y'all to get behind me. Look, I need to get on. Like, look, we're gonna do this. It's about us. It's about the people. Like, look, man, we ain't got to do all this. We ain't got to do it the same way. We're gonna get on, get behind me, We got to the front. Like, okay, I'm kind of up here now. All right, I'm about to go over there and do stuff. Like, y'all straight. Like, y'all got me here and like put me up. Now I'm about to go off and do my own thing. And I'm like, all right. So we're not throwing you away. You just decided like you use this momentum. You use the like to get on, then move over.
And that's like saying Michael Jackson's Black and White album wasn't as good as Billie Jean, and so that means it's crap. Like, shut up.
He came out with like, I'm telling you, bro, from 2000, the last decade of Kanye music, I could give or take. Like, if it never came out, I wouldn't miss it. I'm not exaggerating in the slightest.
All right, let's rank this.
I see what you're saying, Mo Lewis. Right? I don't think that's the myth. I think the issue for me is we never fully cultivate or develop our leaders because we throw them away the moment they don't do something we like, as opposed to pulling them. We call people out instead of calling them in. I think it happens all too often.
I agree with that.
Bro, you giving him too much credit though. Kanye also went left. Like, there's something about like, I'm about to eat off this group and then I'm out. Like, if he was white, did this with black culture, we'd be like, bro, who is you, Post Malone? Like, come on, fam. Oh, Post Malone was real black with his white Iverson braids till he blew up and was like, all right, now I can eat. I'm straight. Kanye did the same thing ideologically, and we throwing him away. Like, no, we ain't throwing nobody away, bro. Like, we still right here.
No,
I watched the documentary. I don't see him pivoting in that way. I think in a moment after his mom passed away, mental health issues, and I'm not trying to make that his thing, right? All of that stuff played out, and it's like, I don't agree with him, so he's no longer a leader. It's somebody else.
All I know is
I'm going to discard everything else because of that.
Kanye employed 3 chefs from Flint.
That is true.
I mean,
big ups to spending the black dollar in the black community, which was better than all.
I get it, but he's no leader.
I don't care about the word leader. I don't care. Like, let the transcript show. Like, I don't really care. Like, it's a bunch of leaders.
You know what? Let's close on this one because I actually agree with the second part of it. Right? It's unfortunate, but that ain't an excuse to be a fuck up. I think we gotta call people out when they fuck up. All of us, when our kids mess up, there is a point of correction, right? A mentor of mine used to say, listen, every now and then you got to pull a brother out to the woodshed, right? We got to have a conversation. Right. But pulling them out to the woodshed is an opportunity to course correct. Throwing them to the wolves is a different thing. And I think often we throw our people to the wolves. We don't call them to the woodshed.
That's fine. I don't think that's relevant in the Kanye example because we don't have the ability. He's too big for us to do anything. Right?
Oh, so that's why we throw them away when they're too big. Got it.
We don't have the ability to throw Kanye away. That's what I'm telling you.
I think we're clearly throwing people away.
We have the ability to.
Who can throw Kanye away?
Culture. What do you mean?
Who's canceling Kanye? Who's canceling Kanye? Kanye. I agree. There's cancel culture. It exists. Kanye is not being thrown away. It's not being canceled. It's not like we canceled R. Kelly. That's the most successfully black people canceled anything. And he's still, it's still people talking here and there, whatever. But for all intents and purposes, 10 years ago, R. Kelly, today, that's canceled. Nobody's canceling Kanye.
Man, you know what? R. Kelly, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about R. Kelly, but R. Kelly is canceled because R. Kelly is away. If R. Kelly drops some music today,
it's not going to sell like...
If R. Kelly was out and he dropped some music, I'm saying there's enough people. I'm not saying he's going to get like playlisted and, run up the charts or be on the front page of Apple Music. I'm saying there's enough people.
Kanye is.
Kanye is what?
Going to be on the front page of Apple Music when
he should be. Why wouldn't he be?
So we didn't throw him away. That's my statement.
No, I'm saying because you can't throw Kanye away. But
that's my point.
We don't even have a real reason to throw him away. To be honest with you,
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. It's to Mo had a point earlier.
I think it's different to talk about what we're doing with R. Kelly than it is. And I know we want to get
it is way different.
When you make a decision to voice an opinion about a political perspective, right? That's one thing, right? When you start fucking with little kids, bro, that's a whole different conversation.
My statement isn't about value. My statement is about black people and their ability to cancel. We saw a cancellation in R. Kelly. That was black people throwing somebody away to the wolves, canceling. And I'm saying that is not occurring with Kanye, nor is that going to occur with Kanye. We haven't negatively, he hasn't received a slap on the hand or anything from the black culture, right? Like I'm saying, his music fell off in this conversation. Like
I feel like we're having this conversation about Kanye because of the slap. I feel like we're having this conversation about his status, not about him being, somebody made a statement that he might be second to MJ in influence on music. I don't know that that's it. I got some Prince stuff in my, you know what I mean? I got a couple artists that I would throw in there, but is he top 5? Dog, I might be able to argue that.
Based on the first half of his career, not the second. I agree.
I think that's the point that I can't separate. And I said this in the Facebook. You can't throw away the stuff that gave me my platform and then you can't keep the stuff that gave me my platform, but throw away the stuff I did since I got it. Because that's what made him big. That's what made him megastar. The Yeezus, the gospel album, the argument about politics, the potential run for president. You know how popular you gotta be in order to even potentially run for president? Like we go get this man his full platform. All of it.
That's because he had the greatest start to a hip-hop career ever.
And he also orchestrated that. Didn't nobody get that to him either. So let's give him his genius. His genius created that too.
That's fine. And I'm willing to be done after Watch the Throne and say, you know what? That was a good career because you didn't give me nothing else. Pablo is debatable. Like if Pablo never happened, I'm not missing anything. Most of like his early stuff, if that didn't happen, like things are totally different. And I'm like, music is missing something. He is no longer on the pulse of making great music moving.
You know why music isn't missing anything anymore? Because he gave us that.
Yeah, so I'm done. Like
music was missing some shoes, and he gave us that. And then music was like music. I mean, music wasn't missing shoes, but the culture was missing shoes. He gave us that. Now he gave us big boots. Then he gave us holy shoes. He was giving us stuff. I'm taking all of it.
But but speaking of throwing people away, why is it that, you know what I'm saying, when rappers get to a certain point where they're not like at their peak anymore, is now we can throw them away? But in all these other genres, these people just live on forever. They tour forever. They can put out music forever. But now
that music don't sell. That music don't hit and sell like that. Celine Dion singing that.
It don't matter. It doesn't matter. Like they not getting thrown away.
Selling out for the week, max price, killing it, eating.
Who?
You said Celine or you said Selena?
And she's singing songs. Celine Dion, yeah, she's singing.
Celine Dion, yeah.
She's singing songs from '96. I was saying it's the same. Like people don't want that new. Like part of it, hungry artists. Somebody said hungry Kanye is better. Hungry artists make better music. Period. So that's not a Kanye thing. Period. Like when you're hungry and you're motivated, like you are creative.
I like 444 better than Reasonable Doubt. Argue with me. I don't care. Now, say that.
You're wrong.
I'm just saying that's because for me, Reasonable Doubt didn't speak to my situation. Like I was from the hood, but I didn't sell drugs, right? I wasn't relating in that way. But where I am right now, what he was talking about on 444, I was like, I can dig it. I'm here. This is rap for me. Like I was able to connect. So I like one album more than the other because of where I was in my life when I listened to it.
And that's a point that I can't even argue because it's different. Everybody gonna connect with something completely different, and what you connect with is what you gonna consider the best. So I can't argue that point.
We ain't never walked through the night and seen zombies coming out the ground, but Thriller is a hit. Stop doing this, y'all. Like great music is great. It don't have to be your favorite. It don't have to resonate.
You got to do 5 of them to convince me because Thriller is definitely not one that counts. I need 5 of those examples.
Bro, there's plenty of great music that you don't relate to in any way. Like, bro, like it is what it is.
I don't know if I would have been banging Thriller, but I was also 1 when it came out, wasn't I? When it came out, 1980? I wasn't even born yet, so I don't know if I would have banged it or not.
Thriller came out in 84. But
84? What came out? PYT and all of that came out in 80.
Yeah, right. But yes, there is some. What do I connect with more? Well, and we'll get into that when we talk about. I mean, we probably transition to songs. we'll get into that. Like, I think it's going to be virtually impossible.
Bad over Thriller. I'm with Mo Lewis. Argue with us. I'm here for next week already. Bad over Thriller.
That is a really good one. That's a good one.
Bad over Thriller.
Yeah. But
ghosts and zombies coming out of it was because he did that. Look, first of all, what was dope about Thriller wasn't exactly the song, but the way he played it with the mini movie and all of that stuff was that was the creativity that put the song on. We fell in love with it. I wasn't alive, y'all. If I wasn't, y'all clearly wasn't. But still, it was the innovation around the delivery of the song, the message, the idea of videos and moving to MTV. Like all of that happened.
My larger statement was just music. Great music is great music. I'm not even going to pretend to go back and forth about Reasonable Doubt versus 444. I'm gonna let you have that. You can be on that mountain and own them. Like
I wasn't saying one was a better album. I was saying I related. Well, maybe I am. I like 444 better. I was saying personally. I think there's lots of people probably listening and everywhere else that will argue that Reasonable Doubt was a better album than 444. I liked 444 better because of where I was in my life when I listened to it.
That's fine.
Versus where I was in my life when I listened to Reasonable Doubt when it first came out. Matter of fact, I think I went back and listened to Reasonable Doubt because I'm not sure I was up on game like that to have listened to it when it first came out. So I know I went back and listened to it like, oh, that was the Jay that was crazy, they said, and I went and listened to it because I wasn't up on Jay early. Like I went back an album for sure.
Yeah, it was what was it? It was probably volume 2 for me when I started tuning.
That was your first? Yeah, I was definitely up and had to go back. My brother Marcus was the one that was like up on all of the stuff as it was coming out. I stuck in my lane, stuff that I rock with, and I had to go back and listen to it. Quite frankly, my younger brother banged older music than I did because he was like a hip hop head. Like he liked that stuff and he went back to it. I had to go back and listen to the music.
Don't give Marcus too much credit on here, man. He gonna hear it later, and I'm never gonna hear the end.
That's real. I never said this. That's real.
Yeah, no, my older cousin lived with me, and so he had all that stuff, and so yeah, I have Reasonable Doubt. He had it when it came out, and I was like, this is crazy. Like, is he like really in the mafia? Like, this is like a movie. I remember thinking that in like 6th grade, like this is a movie. Like I'm here. So yeah, no, it was dope. I connected to it and all that stuff. But all right, man. So Kanye is a talented.
He's a genius. Can you say it out? He's a genius.
So
we all agree. Icon.
He's an icon. He's an icon who's started out, who I will still say had the best start of his career. Nobody had a better 5-album run ever. You'll never find that. Like that was.
We don't like what he's doing with the platform that was created. Got it.
The next 5 albums was a weak run. Like everybody's got it. Like,
he didn't got a better music anymore. He was doing shoes. It's fine.
It is what it is.
So we should throw him away.
Employing 3 amazing Flint chefs that might not have got that same platform if it wasn't for his stardom and his leadership. But hey, who am I?
Flint chefs and Yeezy Boost 350s. Not all the Yeezys. Not the rest of them.
Hey, bro, I got the 500s. I got some low tops and some high.
I got them 500s as we speak.
I like the boot, bro. Nope. The boot shoe, I rock with it.
Nah, man. We got Balenciaga selling $1,500 shoes that look like it just because. Hey, so in the chat, I got the link in there if you want to. If y'all want to say which albums y'all thought, you can rank the Kanye's. I only got 10 of them in there.
We're going with albums over songs.
Then we got 2 things. We're gonna get to songs later. So there'll be 2 things in the chat. We're gonna for people that's listening to vote on. We're going to do something different this week and leave it open after the show. We'll say where we at the end of the show, but we're going to leave it open so people can spread the word. And if you watch later on and you catch it after live, you can still vote. So there'll be 2 things to vote on when the link come through. We're going to make the songs right now. There's nothing in the songs thing right now. We're about to transition to songs to figure out. We want to land on what's Kanye's 5 greatest, best, favorite.
Songs.
I forgot the word. Songs. We're gonna have 10 of them. We're gonna, as the host, we're gonna come up with 10 that go on the list, and the people that's voting get to narrow it to 5.
I got a solid argument because you cut off at 2010 at first that I need to put at least 2 songs from 2010 and up on this list. So just because you cut off before you moved up.
That's perfectly fine. Usually I let everybody else go first. I'm gonna throw one in there that has to make the list. All falls down. All falls down. has to be in the top 10 conversation. Anybody really against that?
I agree. All Falls Down has to be there.
Okay.
That was my first Kanye song. Quite frankly, it was the poetry where he did it on Def Jam that got me, and then I was like, "Oh, it's solid, right?" It was my first.
And usually, when they do that poetry thing and then try to turn it into a song, it don't really work, bro.
The pre-release was also better than the regular release of All Falls Down for me.
With Lauren, with the Lauren vocals instead of
yep. That was better for me than the other one. But either way, All Falls Down, easy on the list.
Jordan, any dispute?
She said I ain't even heard that.
No, All Falls Down. Like if I had to pick a song, it probably would be All Falls Down. So.
Lord.
Yeah, I'm going with man, it's all right.
So we got to narrow it to 10, so we can just throw stuff.
What?
In there.
Touch the Sky.
I like Touch the Sky in the top 10. If we trying to do 10, right?
Yeah,
I like Touch the Sky.
We're trying to end on 10, so we're gonna get more than 10 in this conversation.
Without question, Through the Wire might be one of the best songs Kanye made, and what it did for the culture, how he did it, when he did it, literally Through the Wire, all of that is a reason for that song. I'll tell you what, if I'm campaigning right now. If y'all don't vote for Through the Wire, it's because y'all don't like me. It ain't got nothing to do with Kanye. It's about me. Y'all don't like me.
Through the Wire is amazing. It's amazing. I remember the first time I heard Through the Wire is one of the songs. I remember the first time I heard it. I was on campus. They had this Wednesday thing where it was called Market Wednesday, and everybody. Now it was Market Friday, Hump Wednesday. And everybody was out for that. And a DJ played through the speakers. I'm like, what is this? Like I stopped what I was doing. Did y'all hear this? I didn't even know the song. How often you hear a song you don't know and feel that way? Yeah, that was game.
Man, when he went in, he said, "What? I drink a Boost for breakfast, Ensure for dessert. Somebody ordered Packard. I just sipped a scissor." I'm like, man, this dude is like that's where like lyrically. Like that's why when we had that lyrics conversation, we're not having that now. Lyrically, what Kanye did to the game was crazy to me too.
I agree.
Facts.
I agree.
Hey, I don't know who Kareem Kelly is. I said this before, but I like him. Power is easy, and it's a 2010 plus.
What is Power?
I said Blood on the Leaves.
Power? You don't know what Power is, Brian? You're cut off too.
You don't know what Power is?
A top 5 song of Kanye West that came out 2010 later.
What album was it on?
One man can have all this power. You know the song, Brian.
It's called Power. Is it?
What is it called then? I thought it was.
I don't think that's the title.
I thought it was Power. That's what I call it.
I thought so too.
Maybe
that's what our playlist, but you know, people be downloading songs and changing names. I thought it was Power.
It's called Power. I'm looking at
Power.
Right
that's
now.
not after 2010. That's on my beautiful
That is after 2010. When do you think my beautiful?
Bro,
it didn't come out 2009. It came out 2010.
Okay, I'm talking about for me. That's his best album. Like that's probably one of the greatest hip hop albums. So I wasn't talking about. I was talking about after that. So yeah, I don't know why I didn't view the. I don't think Power is one of the top 5 songs though.
I love that song. I think it's worth arguing about.
Brandon,
I think Jesus Walks was just controversial enough that it needs to be listed.
I feel like Jesus Walks was forced though. So he has it. So I can just talk.
I'm
He has
with
a couple.
Can't Tell Me Nothing.
Oh yes. Yeah, that.
What was that on? Resurrection? No, Graduation.
Graduation.
That was on Graduation.
That was on an amazing stretch too. Like you hit Can't Tell Me Nothing and some other. So look, but here's my
just to be clear, I might have liked this is don't put this on the list. I might have liked Stronger better than Can't Tell Me Nothing personally.
I like Stronger better than Power. I feel like Stronger and Power give me that same sort of.
It is true, but I like Stronger better than Can't Tell Me Nothing. But I wouldn't want to take that argument.
Let me do this quick 10 seconds on Jesus Walks. Jesus Walks is a great song. It's popular and well, but it felt forced where he was like, hey, I'm about to make this song. Jesus Walks is like that. Hey Mama is like that. Big Brother is like that. Where it's like, all right, man. Like I know you really trying hard to hit this song and you did it well, but it felt forced. On the flip side, a song like Roses, like that just felt natural. Like I wonder, like those songs came out like dog. Like I know you
I
was trying to hit
Wonder
on
is
this point there.
definitely in the top for me.
In the top
Me too. Yeah, for me it is. I Wonder is in the top like.
But listen, did y'all put niggas? You didn't put niggas in Paris. I actually like Otis better than niggas in Paris. I was just like, I'm trying not to be controversial, but I like Otis. I loved Otis. I love what he did when he I loved it. I love the song. I strolled to it and I mean, when I went back to
Damn, where do we
it was
put
just-
Good Life?
So here's the thing. Wait, we haven't even got. So here's the thing. Put Mo's comment on the screen up. Mo Lewis. So you got to understand the context of our audience here. Mo Lewis is all things Rick Ross. If Rick Ross is on it, it's going to be 2% better to him in his opinion.
Man, but Devil
That was
in the
Russ.
Dress was fire though.
Hey, here's the thing that Kanye does that we haven't mentioned yet or whatever is that he will make a song perfect for somebody. Like Ross on Devil in a New Dress, Nicki on Monster, Fabio on the more recent joint, Most on 2 Words. Like, bro, he will set somebody up perfectly. Like, he don't even care about his own verse on there. Like, he'll let them outshine in everything. Yeah, no, that was excellent. So
Devil in a New Dress. Yeah, I mean, man.
All right, so look, what we adding? What we adding?
I don't know.
It just doesn't make it for me, but it's dope.
Y'all know how much I don't like Future. I think Future better than Ross.
Whoa.
You said Future. I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, I know I'm starting stuff, but I think as much as I don't
really dislike Rick Ross then, because you really dislike Future.
You must really, really not like Ross.
No, it ain't that I don't like him. It's just I think Future makes better music than Ross. And I think when we put Ross up there, I just think it's like
Ross makes it like I can understand people saying Ross doesn't have substance, and he's
that's the case. I like what man. I'm probably just about to shoot.
Rick Ross is good, but
crazy.
I wouldn't put Rick Ross on any list, but like I think he's okay. I think he's good, but like I wouldn't put him on no list.
I question everything I'm saying right now. I'm agreeing with Jordan.
You wouldn't put him on the cover of GQ. You wouldn't put Ross on the cover of GQ as the greatest rapper alive.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't even put him in like.
But the fact that Future is on there is a problem for me.
Oh my gosh, don't get me started on that. Let's not get. All right, we got to make it to 10 songs. There's so much stuff on here. Look, I'm gonna scroll back.
I wonder on here.
Okay, Power made it. All of the lights.
I wonder is not better than Gold Digger for the culture.
What's not?
It's not better than Gold Digger for the culture.
What is it?
Like, oh yeah, why is it Gold Digger on here?
Gold Digger did is more than what I Wonder did, just for me.
Yeah, we gotta get some more B-sides on the list.
No, I'm not talking most
Y'all
popular.
B-sides on the list. We talking about his best 5 songs. Y'all trying to put B-sides on the list.
Bro, I Wonder is one of my favorites. So I'll put it that way. In a way,
That's why it's on there because you the one typing in the list. Gold Digger's better.
I put up Gold Digger. What you talking about? It's on screen. Gold Digger.
Slow Jams is better than I Wonder. I said it.
What do you have? You haven't listened to. What do you have against I Wonder? You haven't listened to I Wonder in the past 4 years.
Exactly, and that's part of the problem. If I don't listen to it, if it ain't in my rotation, it ain't that good.
Bro, that's a perfect song. Like Slow Jams and Gold Digger. Those are not.
Slow Jams is better than I Wonder.
Nah, they're not.
I think you can
before I go play.
But it feels.
It was a good. I understood the point of it, but
no, it's not.
Right,
and then his flow on that song is I've been waiting all my life. Ain't that the one where he like space out every word?
Yeah.
These dreams keeping me up.
Hey, when you say it like this,
hey, bro, it's a perfect song, man.
He sounded a little bit slow. No, you saying it like this.
When you do it.
I'm just thinking that's the song as it's in my head.
But it's the song as a whole. It ain't like
be there, right?
Here's the thing. Let's keep it all the way honest. The highlight of Kanye's songs is rarely ever his rapping. Like he raps good enough not to mess it up, but the highlight is
he's not the John Legend of rap. Don't do this.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
That's a perfect. Yes, he is.
He's better than a lot of. No, I disagree.
Kanye's not a good rapper. Like I went through it earlier today. Kanye's not a
You
good
said
rapper.
he's
I
not a
heard a
good
couple of songs.
rapper.
I feel like Brian is only here choosing violence. I feel like you're only here to choose violence today.
The skill set of rapping, like how well I sound and making the words sound well and delivering it. He has good lyrics, amazing productions, makes great songs. Yes, all of that. His ability to rap, like, if he gave all his words to somebody else who could rap even better, it'd be like the most amazing career. Like, you'd be like, golly, this person is unfair. But part of what we like about Kanye is like the fact that it's not perfect, right? He'll start mumbling his songs. He'll go off key.
As much as I don't like it, we can get back to our roots, and I'm down whenever Mo Lewis is in town to do a Future versus Ross versus.
Mo is down for it. Hey, All of the Lights. That thumbs down. I really, really like All of the Lights, but is that thumbs down? I'm going back through the chat for the stuff that made it up here. Yes or no?
I want that Life of Pablo in this. I think Father I Stretch, part 1 should be on there.
I thought Ultralight Beam should be on there.
Yeah.
Ultralight Beam could be it. I just want something off Life of Pablo on here so you have somebody after 2010 on the list.
That's fine. We're going to eventually get rid of stuff.
Yeah, Father Stretch My Hands, though. Like, you can still, like, play that and the club is going to, like, go crazy.
Yep.
I can have both. Hey, if that's the case, All the Lights definitely make it then. Since we being liberal. Bound to. Bound to.
Hold up. I'm just saying Kareem reading everybody the comments about hater kids.
All right, bound to, yes or no?
Oh yeah, that's on what song is that on?
Bound to Falling in Love. Yeah, that song. Yeah, honey. Yeah, I know. It's not a top 20 Kanye song for me.
Yeah, it's not in the top.
Niggas in Paris.
Otis.
You can put both there. What? I can't put Otis.
Say less, Mo Lewis. We own. I'll find a space.
All right. Going through the list. Heartless. If we're going off 808s, my top choice is Say You Will.
Man, Say You Will was dope.
You know what I'm not doing? Going to no Brian house parties no more. Just can't do it no more.
No, the whole house party at your house. Don't
That's real.
In your own basement. Let's go. Devil in a New Dress. Did he get the
Hold on. I think the production on Otis was better than almost what he did with Otis was dope to me.
And Bound too.
Man,
so we want Bound too. Look, it's been mentioned.
You know what Kanye said? He said he said I invented swag.
I know.
We put Good Life on here.
We did not. I'm about to have to make this. Where's 10 at?
Wait, no flashing lights.
Just a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Flashing Lights was dope, but Dwele was dope. Dwele made that song to me.
That's fine. It was still, I mean, I agree that Dwele made that song, and as a result, that song was dope.
As a result. So, I like Click too. Not to argue that it should be on the list.
No Church in the Wild.
No, we already had 30 songs, ain't we? We said 10, bro.
No, we had 14, 19.
We said 10.
Did you want Slow Jams on there?
I think it's better than a lot of other songs.
I'm a Slow Jams fan.
My gosh, this is nuts.
You don't like Gold Digger?
I don't like.
You better be glad I didn't add Kanye's workout plan on there because that song is fire.
Bro,
his lyrics.
What are you doing?
I would vote for
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and them sit-ups right in.
I would vote for workout plan.
Bro,
hey, bro, when he said give head, stop, breathe, get up, check your weave, I was like, I love it. Whatever.
We about to lose
all. He called me ratchet. I love it.
If we go in there, then we can't skip over. I'm gonna go with a B-side. Last Call, the last song on College Dropout.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, is that the Miracle Whips?
Jacking up to the
Miracle.
The story at the end, I used to just listen to the story.
See, Brandon, you got a different attachment to this, right? Like, I heard that story. I'm like, this is 7 minutes of you talking about making it in the industry. I don't care.
But didn't he? What did he say about his car? The Miracle Whips line that was fire to me. That's like one of the best verses I had heard. The first line, one hitter, like punches.
Unbelievable. We make Miracle Whips or something. I know what you're talking about.
Mayonnaise, beans. I push Miracle Whips. I think that was
yeah. That was solid. That was like, okay, lyrically, Kanye does it different. Like, I'm about to look it up because I don't remember it. My memory usually be good, but I don't remember that.
Drake version of Say You Will was better than Kanye. And I wish they would have performed it when they was down on stage together.
Thank you, Mo Lewis.
Yeah, man, I'm all right.
I'm with Kareem, man. I love that song. I love that Bring Me Down song.
That's not you love it to be in this conversation.
I ain't gonna say it's a top 10 Kanye song, but I love the song.
Mayonnaise colored bins. I push Miracle Whips. That was actually
Devil made the list, y'all. All right, I'm glad y'all so excited about watching it get cut. You ain't even gonna get to vote on it. All right.
Oh my God, Late was crazy. Late was hard.
Which one? So I had Roses is really, really good, but I know it wasn't on the radio and you couldn't dance to it.
Hey, Baltimore J, just so you know, you got to know this. Based off of what I'm hearing and what I'm remembering in my head as these songs keep coming up, Kanye got B-sides better than Lil Baby.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
I went through today and listened through all, like, kind of quickly, but I was driving, listened to the first 5 albums, then Pablo and Yeezus, so the first 7 albums. It was amazing. That stretch was amazing, man.
I would agree. I would agree.
On which one? His B-sides being better than Lil Baby?
Yeah, I don't even know what B-sides are, but I'm sure they are better than Lil Baby.
So look, Molu, Home, that song is good. That's not enough people are even gonna recognize it. Like, they're gonna have to go and listen to it.
Funny thing is, it doesn't come to mind.
Yeah,
like, it doesn't. What is it?
It's it wasn't even. I don't think it was like a.
Give me a verse, like a couple of words.
Like, you'd have to play it, and we'd have to play it and hear it. You'd have to pull it up, and we're gonna get kicked off when we start playing music.
Yeah, we always do. Well, we haven't in a while because we haven't played anything in a while.
All right. So look, we have 22 songs. Is there something that you can't believe is not up here? So what you got?
Everything's up there.
Can't touch it. Can't tell me nothing.
Hey man, swagger like us don't belong up here.
No, gosh, no. Kareem, what you doing, bro? No.
Click is better than swagger like us.
It is.
Yeah. Mercy? Where Mercy fall on that
Oh
list?
my God. Yeah, Mercy.
I think I like Mercy more than Click.
Even don't like the
remix.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole different section. All right, we got to get rid of 12 songs. So,
Jesus Walks.
You know how we like to do. Each of y'all, I'm gonna let each of y'all get rid of a song. No, and nobody can debate it. Jordan, you first.
I'm gonna say Jesus Walks just for controversy. I've honestly never even listened to the song.
Oh my God! Like, hey, what? Hey, that should be a disqualification. No, you can't get rid of nothing you ain't never heard.
You can't get rid of a song you never listened to.
Man, that was my.
Oh, We Major was so good. Oh man, I want to put
We Major that's one of my favorite Kanye songs ever.
We Major was so good. I want to put it up here just to cross it off. Go ahead, Jordan. Get rid of a song that you actually heard.
Oh man, that's not fair.
All right, I got it. I just heard the first part of the song and now I remember it.
Home.
Remember Home? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's one of those you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I mean, but it's like it's that same flow that I was talking about earlier that don't. It's like, my homie hit me like, what up, man? Not from Florida, but what up, fam? It's like that kind of. I wouldn't put it top 10. It's a vibe, but it ain't a top 10.
All right,
I don't know.
Isaiah,
Right, but like,
she's still working her way through.
Yeah.
Oh, what's she trying to do?
I mean,
She's
the
trying to
only
figure out the
songs that I
song.
would vote off are songs I literally haven't heard. Jesus Walks, Father Stretch My Hands, like
You said songs you haven't heard,
Yeah.
and you said those.
yeah, maybe
Right.
Ultra Light Beam. I don't think I've ever
She doesn't
listened
get a
to
vote.
that.
Bro, you stay away from anything that seems religious. I see.
Hey,
You got a little-
facts, Mo Lewis. This is a new Kanye verse,
No,
and it's fire. His
So
verse
you know
on
what
Five
this is?
Year Song
You know what this
fire.
is? This is him trying to plant in your head like, hey, this verse of the year. No, it's not verse of the year. Well, correction.
I wouldn't say verse of the year, but I would say there's some Kanye verses that had me thinking, my man going in. Because when I heard him going in on that one song with The Game,
Yeah.
that was this year. I was like, ooh, I don't like the way you bring the kids into this, but that ain't bad, Kanye. You going in right now. Like, you don't get to say lyrically, as compared to these other lyricists that's out right now, he's not still one of the best lyricists. Like, some of these songs are saying crap right now.
I've never knocked his lyrics. So let it be clear when I talked about him.
In this conversation,
No. It was not
not his delivery of his own lyrics.
Yeah, his delivery, his ability to rap and like fit the words, and like his ability to rhyme and rap. Again, and when we did that chart thing, like I say the bar is like Black Thought, Nas. Like that's perfection in rapping and in like, but that's not perfection in songs.
Hold on. Let's sit on this curve for a second. Let's sit on this curve. Now you said the perfection of delivery is Black Thought and Andre 3000.
I said Nas, but Andre 3000 is
I was just making sure I heard you.
I said Nas, but Andre 3000 is up there.
Andre 3000's delivery is better than most.
Yeah, I mean he can be like, yes, he is on par in this conversation. Yes.
Okay.
That's the level of rapping where you're like, bro, how does your brain work to fit those sentences perfectly and just like, yeah, when you like, man, like you really meant to do this. Like Kanye is like, you really got something to say. You're not quite sure how you're supposed to fit it in here, but you're gonna say it. That's what's up.
I can ride with that. Lyrically, he's up there. He might give you like The Game, not The Game. No. Sorry. Dang, who was I thinking about? Joe Budden. Like lyrically has stuff, but then he doesn't always say it the way I want it to be said, but it's like fire if you like read it.
Yeah. Man, there was something I listened to earlier today, and I was like, man, this is probably one of like Kanye was floating on his first verse, and then he blew it up in the second verse. I'll find it later. All right, get rid of songs, y'all. All
right, I'm about to start like bouncing these voices. We get down to 10. Last call. Peace.
I knew you.
Devil Dress, peace.
You get one vote.
One vote, bro. One vote right now.
But y'all know why are we taking so long to get to some of these songs that we know ain't top 10? It was fun when we was putting them up here, but come on, man.
All right, last call is gone. That was your one vote. Be quarter what you got. You can get two. Wait, Isaiah, you can get two because Jordan can't come up with songs.
All right, well, give me that whole third line. Wave and Devil in a Dress. Bye.
So not last call. All right.
No. I thought I got two more.
No, you get two total.
If we get three apiece, that'll get us down.
Yeah, why would you get 4?
I said last call, Wave, and Devil in a Dress. What elementary school did you go to?
Why you get 3?
Baltimore school districts up north.
Because he took yours. All right.
Ready. I'm getting 2. So we doing 3?
2.
So why did I only get 1? What is going on?
Because I did the other one.
Because you only wanted to eliminate songs you hadn't heard.
Yeah, yo, what? That's whatever. Anyway,
you can't like I haven't heard
communism.
Just now. Whatever.
Communism means everybody gets a chance. Not.
Well, this is not democracy. I'm a government major.
I'm taking out Otis.
All right.
Here.
Hey, you gotta be a guest next week, Mo. That way you can bring Ross back. But I'm slashing him right now.
I'm taking out Otis and probably And probably I mean Brown too. Yeah, let's take out Brown too.
Respect. I think you put it on there.
All right, I'm taking off Father Stretch. And Power.
All right, what we down to?
Let's see. Oh man. Here we go. So we was at 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got rid of 6. 22 minus 6 is what, 16? 6.
Hey,
We gotta get rid of 6.
Kareem missed when I said I might be a Kanye hater. Or did I just say I wasn't a fan? I don't know if I want to go the hater route because I like Easy. But no, I'm not a fan.
hey, Donnell, ain't no y'all. First of
I
all,
did. I said Father Stretch was after
I said
2011.
Father Stretch.
It was after 2011. Danielle said we didn't have nothing after 2011. We did because I was intentional about making sure that was on there. I would have said Famous too, but it would have been gone by now.
It's a bunch of Pablo. It's a bunch of Pablo stuff in there. We still got Ultralight Beam and Blood on the Leaves. Oh, how did I not get rid of that? I can't wait till my next time around.
No worries. think of something else.
All right, wait, can I get my voting privileges back? Are we still voting?
Do you have stuff you want to? What do you want to
Well,
do?
now I've heard all of these songs.
Wait, let's do it. Let's flip it. Let's flip it though. You get to put one into the final.
Put one into the final. So
I like that. I like the switch up.
What does that mean?
So they're gonna get to vote at the end on 10, and they're gonna pick their top 5.
You can't throw. Why couldn't you do this the first time so I could have forced Otis into the final?
So you don't force weird stuff in.
Oh, all right. If I'm forcing, am I doing this now?
Yep.
All right. All right. All falls down or Gold Digger. You feel
Kareem Kelly, I agree with you. Nas is not perfection of delivery. That's why I inserted 3 stacks.
Let's do Gold Digger. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll give you 3 stacks over now. I think Nas is really close. You said Gold Digger?
Yeah, I think that's my pick. Wow. That's probably my favorite Kanye song. If I probably had to pick one.
That's your favorite song.
Listen, I was like 10.
That's fine.
Top 40 radio all day.
Thank you for coming through.
That's fine. I'll give you that, Nas. I'll give you, if you say Andre 3000 is better at delivery than Nas, I will agree, and I'm fine with that. I can't believe Gold Digger made the finals.
I'm happy about it.
I said, what you got?
I'm gonna force, so I don't have to force certain ones. So the issue is if I force certain things in, then it's just gonna make the top 5 easy to choose. So, I mean, I'm gonna take an easy one and just push All Falls Down to the finals. Like it's gonna happen anyway, but I don't want to make it tough right now.
So,
I'm gonna take the easy. Like, yeah, I'm just following suit. That one's gonna make it. So,
if I have to pick a number 1, that might be my favorite Kanye song.
All Falls Down is my favorite, and Through the Wire is a close number 2 for me.
Yeah, it's close. Brandon, what you got?
It's between Touch the Sky and Through the Wire. I mean, we can't not do Through the Wire though, so I'm gonna go Through the Wire.
So y'all playing this all wrong. Y'all saving the great ones. I'm going for my favorite. I wonder, on to the finals before Isaiah get a chance to cut it.
Can't tell me nothing. You better, because that shit about to.
No.
Oh.
I wonder. You about to cut? Can't tell me nothing?
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, we got a cut round coming. Golly, you about to cut? Can't tell me. So we have 4 that have made it. We need to get to 6 more. 1, 2, 3.
You want to push some songs again, or you want to cut? Your call.
Cut. It's the last cut. Last cut. We got.
All right. Well, just to go with being on brand, I'm cutting Jesus Walks because.
No way you just did that. No, you did.
Brandon cut.
No. We don't get to cut Jesus
It's
Walk and not
Simone's
talk
fault.
about
Blame
it.
Simone.
Yeah,
She
you
should have
don't get.
reminded me.
Listen, you don't get to cut a song you haven't heard.
No,
What
we
is
made it
this?
all the way this. I will listen to it right now just to cut it.
No, don't do that. You haven't heard any of these songs?
I
Okay.
feel like you
Okay.
can't vote
Well, then,
if you haven't heard the songs.
if I have to pick a song that I've heard, Good Life.
Good Life is probably in the 11 range, like 11, 12 range.
I can hear you on cut. Oh shoot,
It's a
Johnny.
good song, but like, yeah, 11.
Cover the baby.
They called me up.
All right.
Even the baby don't like your answers.
Zeke, what you cutting?
Oh man, I'm gonna be honest. I really wanted something after 2017, but I gotta cut Ultralight Beam.
Brandon, what you cutting?
I'm cutting.
Somebody cut Jesus Walks, please.
What? It's a song you haven't heard.
It cannot be that great. It
Yeah,
cannot.
like what don't you like so much about
First off, you have heard the song. I bet.
How is this in the top
Listen.
10 and I haven't even heard the song? Like, that's just how I feel about it. Whatever. If I'm being completely honest, that's how I feel about it.
I'm sorry. There is no way Devil in a New Dress is better than Niggas in
Better than
Paris.
Niggas in Paris. No,
No way.
no. Niggas in Paris is like
You can play Niggas in Paris anywhere and it's gonna bang. Devil in a New Dress.
I want the best rap club song that like Niggas in Paris is a like template. Like people should study that song and like how to make a pop club rap hit. Like
you said Good Life before Ultralight Beam. No worries, they're both gone.
they went back to back. Hey, what did you cut, Brandon?
I'm cutting Blood on the Leaves.
Dang, that was mine. I don't know what I'm cutting now. Ooh.
Wow.
Hold on, let's how many we got though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What do you mean? Ain't no more cutting.
You sure?
I don't know. I think
there's more cutting.
whoever got to make the last cut got a big. Oh, you're right. I was adding like I went to school in Baltimore.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's 2 more cuts.
9,
Don't make
10,
me make a
11,
Flint
12.
joke.
Don't do that. Not on here.
You don't want to do it on here. You losing on this one.
Yo.
You better get your sister.
How you add? Right? Yeah, I need Liv. Because how you just gonna say you add like you went to school in Baltimore? That's not even fair. Unfair.
All right, let's see.
Gotta make another cut.
As a collective, we all got to agree on this.
Man, say you
will.
You will gotta go, and
it's only one. I think we just got to cut one. We only got to cut one song.
I'm saying it. Say you will.
Say you will, and I wonder.
We only have to cut one song. Quit trying to cut an extra one.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You can't cut. I wonder. It's safe. Jordan, have you heard "Say You Will"?
Nope.
Oh my God. Did you hear "808s and Heartbreak"?
Nope.
Say You Will isn't better than shoot. Say You Will isn't better than Devil in a Dress. It gotta go.
Yes, it is. It's better than Gold Digger, though. I mean, I agree. It's gonna have to go. I just want to make sure that
it's not better. I made a mistake then. If that's the case, it's not better than Ultralight Beam.
yes, it is. It's not better than It's better than Gold Digger. Gold Digger's the only thing that made it on here that I think is not great. Everything else is great. I mean, it's just
Jesus Walk is on there off of Impact. You are right, Mo Lewis. And it's staying because of Impact too.
Yeah, that's fine. No one's disagreeing with you.
Yeah. It's definitely the worst song on here. But it
I think Gold
meant
Digger's
something.
the worst song on here.
You think no. She
With
took
only-
my money.
Okay, you think Gold Digger's number 9? What's number 9 on his list?
I actually don't love I Wonder.
Oh yeah, I forgot you hate that song.
Okay.
I never heard it.
I'm not surprised.
These trees.
We'll have to do a listening list.
She thinks I'm never wrong. You know what may be your right.
bro. So how you gonna go to the lyrics now? I mean, how you gonna go to the rapping ability now? Like we ain't been
Yes.
doing this all day.
A lot of these other songs we can go there with the rapping. Like he flowed on the songs. On that one, and I wonder if you know. Like, come on, bro. That song is trash.
That song is great. I'm so
Yeah,
glad.
it's a great song. Like
It is a great song. Hey, 1, 2, 3. And I told folks in the chat my controversial statement was that Life of Pablo was going to end up in the bottom 4 of his albums, and it's in the 7th spot right now. I'm just saying.
So, Mo Lewis, are you saying that these songs aren't good because they're singles, or that his songs that he chose as singles weren't as good as the songs that he didn't choose?
Only singles that's on here is Niggas in Paris and Jesus Walks that he think is on the list. I mean, well, I think Gold Digger is.
All Files Down would essentially be a single. Like, it's clearly it's an album cut. It's like,
I mean, songs that are here because they're singles. Like we probably wouldn't know and remember the lyrics the same way. Like we were gonna know All Files Down.
I think what would have been fun, provided I'm about to have to put my kids down too. A B-side Kanye playlist would have been dope, where we had to exclude. Because a B-side Kanye playlist is better than all of the babies put together.
But a B-side playlist is subjective, though, because you get a bunch of like, oh, I don't really listen to that song that much. Oh, you know what? That was good. It'd be good to make a B-side playlist and like let people listen to it and be like, oh, I forgot. But you can't. I can't argue that well on something that I'm like, I remember skipping that, right? Like that's gonna be my memory of your B-side that I don't really rock with. So that is the challenge with some of these. Let me update the thing, the poll. But yeah, we got votes in there. Yeah. Order right now is like late registration is in the top spot. I'm shocked at that. College Dropout second, Graduation third, 808s and Heartbreak, and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy tied for fourth. Donda in 6, Life of Pablo 7, Yeezus 8, Ye 9, and also tied for 9, Jesus is King, because like Jordan, they didn't listen to it. All right, let me I'm gonna update and put the songs in there, and then we'll be able to go from there. You could put the after I do that. After I put the songs, you can update. You can put the link back in. We'll show the we'll show the update of what it's at for right now, and then
I need to take a quick break.
Okay, we about to be done too. All right, that's cool. All right, which song are you most disappointed didn't make it, Brandon?
Probably Devil in a New Dress should be there somewhere. Get out of here.
Oh my goodness. I'm just waiting for the comments when Mo Lewis hear you say that. And Lewis, he about to break his keyboard on his phone.
Yeah, the musical.
He got he gonna pull out the sidekick so he can type feverishly.
The musical side of Devil in a New Dress, look at it exactly. The musical side of Devil in a New Dress should make it alone. Like that song was crazy.
Scroll up. He said Malu said exactly that. He said you need to make it off the guitar alone.
And the video.
I don't remember the video.
Well, Rick Ross made a video with just like his part. It was like a weird thing, but it was like perfect.
No, it's great. But here's the thing. At that point, I don't know that it's that much better than Monster to me. I'm like, there was some great songs.
Dang, wait, I forgot Monster was a Kanye West song, wasn't it? Huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about Monster.
Oh. Yeah, why did we even list Monster?
Nope.
I don't think we even talked about Monster. That's crazy.
It didn't come up. All right, you could send the link again.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's an amazing. Like he's got some stuff where you just like, man, this is on another level.
All right, so voting on songs?
Yep, it's the same link after they answer the first question, then they have options for songs on the second part. And we're gonna show where the results are when we get done today, but then we
Keep it
will
open.
we'll leave it open so folks can.
All right, the link is in the chat.
So I'll show where we are at on. I'll show where we are at on results. All right. So on the albums, they agree with me.
Late
Life of Pablo.
registration at the top. That's my favorite Kanye album.
For real? For me, that's like 4. What's crazy is these are just all like these 4. You could argue in any kind of order. For me, Graduation is number 1. I think he just figured it all out in Graduation. If he hadn't done Drunken Hot Girls and Barry Bonds, it would be the perfect album to me. Like it would be just perfect. But he did that randomness back to back in the middle. Wayne's verse on Barry Bonds is all right, but those two together just throw off the flow so much. You're like, what just happened? But Graduation.
I think for me, the producer in me likes Late Registration because he just did so much musically on there. Like that's when Late Registration is very musical.
So he found the strings heavy. Like he definitely found strings there. I would say, as a consumer ear, no talent on the side, I feel like the music of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy don't even feel like rap. Like it's so perfect. Like I'm like, this is on some old like Hamilton Broadway theater stuff. Like he just, it's crazy. Like that stuff is great. Late Registration is like perfect rap. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is just like, bro, did you bring Elton John in here to play like 2 notes? Like, yeah, I sure did. Because I needed it right there. He put like 16 different vocalists on all of the lights. Like, and without clutter, without being on top of each other.
Even Runaway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. Man.
Yeah, no, it is something different. So this is where we are with songs right now. Make sure y'all get y'all votes in with songs.
Tell me nothing is at the top.
Yes, right now. All of the lights. Look at that. I Wonder in there. Where's that? He better come back and check it out.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all get y'all votes in. We're gonna leave it up all week though. Leave it up. And more people.
That's crazy that it's that number.
Hold on. So let's go back to that just for a second. I'm sorry, I heard in the background, but I had to finish that call. So y'all said Devil in a New Dress needs to be up there because musically it's better than other songs. Didn't somebody else sample that song before? Like wasn't that the same You're Gonna Want Me Back? Ain't that the same sample that somebody else sampled too?
No. You talking about a different one.
No, that's not the same.
What song are you talking about? I think I know what you're talking about.
Ooh, I can't sing, bro. Can't do it.
But look at the songs. This is what they voted on.
We like so much hurt in the sample. It's Joe Budden. Joe Budden sampled the song that you're talking about.
Oh, You're Gonna Want Me Back.
I Wonder and Touch the Sky is tied for number 3.
First of all, we need we gotta get a whole new listening audience, bro. Like Through the Wires in the top 6. Oh, it's number 2 now. Okay,
so look, make sure y'all get y'all votes in.
There you go. It's happening.
I don't really want to influence the vote, but I mean,
whoa, Through the Wire and drop down. Dang, I Wonder is going up.
All Falls Down is number 5.
Yeah, that seems tough. I Wonder is going up though. Touch the Sky. Hey, Lupe did his thing. Yeah, that's another one. He said Lupe up. He said Fabio up. He said Rick Ross up. He said Nicki up. Like, perfect, bro. His production ability is probably underrated, which is crazy.
Can't Tell Me Nothing is Kanye's #1 best song.
It's a great song. I don't even like.
Yeah, I
Can't
mean,
Tell Me
it's
Nothing put me in
definitely
the
top 5.
bro. La 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 la. Wait till I get my once that beat get in, you literally can't tell me.
Boom, 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 boom.
There's nothing you can tell me once the beat drop. I'm like, bro, I got this. Only beat the similar is it's not his song. Put On. I feel similar to Put On the way I do the Can't Tell Me Nothing.
Dang, I forgot about Put On.
That's not his though, is it? Ain't that
Put On is his song. That was the first. Oh no, you're right.
Put On, ain't that Jeezy?
Yeah, that's
it is.
Yeah,
I was just thinking of Kanye's verse on there.
It puts me in a similar mindset though. Like when Put On come on and Can't Tell Me Nothing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, that is where we are for this show. We're gonna keep it live. We're gonna post it out.
I Wonder is better than All of the Lights.
You say I Wonder?
That's what this list is saying.
I mean, it's dropping right now. Stuff is gonna keep moving. All the Lights is a really great song. So hey, share the link with folks. If you're watching this right now, we're gonna pin the link in the. Where can you pin it at? Can you pin it in the? You can put it in the description, right, on YouTube.
Yeah.
We'll do that. We're gonna leave this open until next week's show. The start of next week we'll give you the results on where the final standing of everything is as we close out right now on his albums. We have late registration. Oh, Graduation has made a run up the ranks. College Dropout, Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, 808s and Heartbreak. His first 5 albums.
Right.
Nice spot.
Knew that was gonna happen.
And Don is right at number 6, though.
It is. I mean, something got to be there. And then we got.
I like Life of Pablo. Whatever.
Then we got Pablo, Yeezus, Ye, and Jesus is King, which I mean, most people just. I feel like it's getting the Christian discrimination here. And then for best songs, we got Can't Tell Me Nothing, Through the Wire, Touch the Sky, I Wonder, All Falls Down. Right off the list is All the Lights flashing.
Yeah, look at Gold Digger down there.
With Nicki and Bears though. And Jesus Walks. Hey, Jordan should have got rid of it. Don't nobody like it. But look, so that's where we are. It's been another good show. Wait, what's this? What's this last statement? We're gonna close it off with this. I want to leave this on the screen and then end it there.
That was tweeted.
Life of Pablo was fire and Kanye.
Later, I just want to put on the record. I disagree.
All right, y'all.
All right.
All right.